in verse 19 in our text. He says, "For it pleased the Father that in him, Christ, all the fullness should dwell." And perhaps you had a whole lot of this at Christmas time. But these truths regarding the hypostatic union of Christ, he's fully God and fully man, they're not just applicable at Christmas time, but any given Sunday, dear ones, because that is why we worship any given Sunday and gather, because of who he is and what he has done. Because look at this. In the verse 19 it says, "For it pleased the Father that in him all the fullness should dwell." Christ's supremacy as the Son of God incarnate. In other words, God in the flesh. What would be some of your favorite texts of Scripture that remind you of, that you especially enjoy spending time and reflecting on at Christmas time? Perhaps it's a host of Scriptures that Charles Jenkins, maybe even more famous, when George Friedrich Handel put music to the words, most of which came from the prophet Isaiah. Perhaps it's from John chapter 1. Perhaps it's this text of Scripture. Look across the page in chapter 2 and verse 9. Look what it says there. And remember, one of the major issues there in Colossae was that, hey, they were taking this belief system. They were like tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine like kids. You're just naive children, as it were. Look at in chapter 2 and verse 9, he says, "For in him dwells all the fullness of the Godhead bodily in bodily form." So this is the issue. There's nobody like Jesus Christ.